Good evening and we'll welcome you all at the Church Street Park. Here is the second qualifier between Stars and the Sultans. The Sultans had a wonderful outing last evening. They defeated the Samp Army in the first qualifier and walked into this game with a lot of style. On the other hand, the Stars made a good set of runs but couldn't defend them against 11 Warriors. Against the Emperors. The Emperors winning that one and making their way into the finals. The winner of this tournament, this game, will make their entry into the finals and face the Emperors. The Sultans won the toss and decided to bat first, as they did yesterday as well. The big news for Stars is the coming back of Jaskaran Malhotra, who's also in action with the very first over. Hasn't started all that well, has conceded 8 runs in the 5 balls that he's bowled, but his addition will mean that the Stars will be at full strength. The Sultans will look to continue their great performance from yesterday and try to put this one away from Stars. On the comm box, we also have Faraz Rafi, was a part of that wonderful win yesterday, posed for everybody with that beautiful cover drive off that last ball. And we also have Abhiram Bolisetti, a wonderful under-19 talent. Welcome, gentlemen. Pleasure to be here.
So after the first over, Sultans are 9 for no loss. Sultan is relying a lot on Sohail Waraj, who had one of the best innings of his life yesterday, I would say. Some massive sixes, and he was a delight to watch. Some of the sixes he hit apparently went onto the road, and the incoming traffic had some safety hazards coming their way. But let's see what Sohail has to offer today.
And Suhail is rightfully the opening batsman for Sultans, accompanied by Rahul. He's already gotten off to a start. Suhail Warich, 7 of 3 balls. He was gifted with a full toss of the very second delivery, and he was glad to put that away for a boundary.
Interesting to see Nilesh taking the new ball today. Towards the end of the second innings yesterday, started bowling some left arm orthodox. Spoke with him after the game. He said the ball was out of shape. Today he's coming in with the new ball. That means Kirk Thompson takes a break.
I'm putting my money on Nilesh today. I think with the new ball, he's going to bring it in. And he's one of the match winners, and big game, I expect a big player to stand up. So putting my money on Nilesh in his opening spell. Let's see what he delivers.
Yes, the Stars are studded with match winners, aren't they? They probably just took it a little light last evening. They scored 90 plus runs batting first, and they thought that was good enough, but the conditions and some brilliant batting performances by Kunal Sehgal, Faraz Rafi, Fawad Mufti made sure that the Stars were denied of a victory and an entry to the finals.
Another good delivery there from Nilesh Patil. Faraz Rafi, your predictions going completely wrong on that occasion. The ball going out, not coming back in.
So Stars did bring one of the international talents, Jaskaran Malhotra, to their lineup today. And Rahul has played an amazing cover drive. I think he heard me praising Nilesh and decided to go for it.
It's not going to be an easy game for either teams, irrespective of the strength that the Stars possess on paper. The Sultans have come here after having tasted a wonderful, dominating victory last evening. That should add to their confidence. They are oozing with confidence. You can see that from that beautiful shot over the up. Nilesh,
That's the first one that comes back in from Faraz Rafi. I'm sure you're happy to see that one.
Yes, Nilesh is a very experienced bowler, and I know he's been hit, but I believe that he will get a wicket in this over.
It's been interesting to see the tactics here from Nilesh. Every ball has been full. Looks like he's going for that Yorker. Not really trying to hit the deck. That's the first one that he hits the deck and it beats the outside edge once again. Nilesh Patil looking deadly so far. 5 balls and he's only conceded 4 runs, and he's just overpitched on that occasion when he went for 4.
Yeah, I believe Nilesh is not bowling full speed. I believe he's focusing on the line and length right now, and he's just trying to swing the ball and not go express. He's playing more of a role of Bhuvishnu Kumar than like Wasim Akram, with the pure pace.
that one going away. At the end of the second over, the score is 13 for the loss of no wickets.
And we see Jaskaran coming here for his second over. Interesting move from Nilesh, not saving an over, looking to bowl him out early. I guess with the revelation of Kirk Thompson, he can come back in the end, and we can have Jaskaran finish off early here and have himself and Nilesh try to take early wickets. And he has that bowling depth in Kiran, Kirk, and Danish.
So Sultan won the toss today and they decided to bat. They realized that there's dew in the second innings. There's dew factor. Even though Stars was not able to defend the total, Sultans did go with the dew factor with the toss.
I personally don't think it's a great decision because the Dew, in fact, assisted the Emperors in putting the ball away. The ball was skidding on nicely. When the Stars were batting, it stopped a little bit. The surface looked a little slower every now and then, but it assisted the Emperors in the chase. It might be the same case tonight.
One of the advantages that Stars have in this tournament is the wicket keeper. He's been terrific. He's been phenomenal, and I believe this kid is going to represent USA one day. I think he has a batting talent, and he's unbelievable with the gloves. So very well done, and a proud father sitting with me here.
Chance for a run out. Oh, not a great effort there from Danish Khan at backwards point. I'm sure the keeper and the board will be disappointed with that one. Sultans, you're putting the pressure on early, making use of the power play, running their singles hard, and looking for that bad ball and putting it away when it comes.
It's a very good start by Sultan. No wickets. 18 for no loss.
Oh, swings that one away. Is this going to run away?
You betcha.
That's 4 more. Suhail Warwick riding on his luck from yesterday as well, continuing his fine form, and that's another boundary added to the Sultans total.
Would love to see the cameraman zoom in to show Mr. Malhotra right now, as he'll be fuming. I must say that he has been the most. I watch minor leagues, and he's very expressive. He shows his emotions, and he makes sure like the crowd understands what kind of emotions he's going through.
One thing I love about Jaskaran, it's both good and bad, is that it doesn't matter what level of cricket he's playing. He plays it with the same passion, same amount of energy, and he's as upset on this particular boundary like he would have been if it was a boundary conceded to another international player in an international game. So that tells a lot of good things.
Very well said, Swethan. I'm all praises for him. He's been in terrific form internationally as well.
Ooh, this one beats the outside edge. Good work from the keeper there. That's the end of the third over. The score reached 23-0. The Sultans off to a flyer.
So quick look at the squads for the Sultans here. Rahul, Suhail Warwick, Sandeep Karwa. They all did well with the bat yesterday. Abhinav Sulasa, the bowler, the young one. Karthik Palakuri, Vivek Ramakrishna, the spinner. Haris Rizvi, the left-handed hard-hitting batsman. Shashank Atla. Rajesh Uppalapatti, experienced there. Kishore Raj and Zahir Obaid.
Yep.
It's a strong Sultans setup there, and we'll try to take a quick look at the other teams.
The guy's insane.
And here's the load-up of the Stars. Kirk Thompson, Kiran Sarvanakumar, Samir Lodhi, Siraj Khan. I'm sure it's not his picture. Jaskaran Malhotra, Danish Khan, Saad Khan, Nilesh Patil, Anirudh Bolisatti, the young fast bowler. Sahar Shwetan, the wicket keeper, another youngster. Nice to see that the youngsters are continued with. Pankaj Kumar, he was very impressive with the ball yesterday. So those are the squads for today.
So another bold prediction. I know I've been incorrect with my first one with Nilesh Patil, but if Sultans are going to win, not only Suhail needs to have another magical innings like he did yesterday, but Haris Rizvi, the left-handed batsman, if he makes more than 30 runs, Sultans are in very good shape to win this match.
I 100% agree with that take. Haris Rizvi, one of the most underrated and dangerous batsmen of the Triangle Cricket League. You know, when this guy is striking the ball, it goes miles. It doesn't matter who's bowling. He comes out with the same intensity. I've seen him play a lot. I've bowled to him a lot, and you know, my ball's flying off his bat before. So it's a big inclusion and a big addition to the Sultans lineup today. And if he gets going, I agree with you. I think the Stars are going to be in a lot of trouble early on.
I can tell you one thing, if Haris Rizvi scores 30 runs, he's not played more than 15 balls. That's the way he plays. That's a very simple catch.
What's up, Dada?
Nilesh Patil taking that one very casually, and Danish Khan with a huge wicket there of Suhail Warich.
I was just about to say, I was going to finish my topic on Haris Rizvi and come in to say that the mistake that Sultans made was to give dry conditions for Danish Khan to bowl into.
Just looping that one up in his typical fashion, just outside off, tempting the batsman, hit it over cover, and once again Suhail Warich falling to another leg spinner.
So I must add that this matchup between Danish and Suhail, we discussed it all day today, and this was highly anticipated. So hats off to Danish for being brave and pitch it up in Suhail's hitting zone and dismissing him first ball. So
I'm sure this exact matchup will be discussed later tonight. Seems like there's a little bit of a get-together between the two finalists of this year's Division 1 Premier League. I'm sure the banter will continue tonight, and looking forward to Saturday's final.
Danish Khan had an off day yesterday. It was the conditions that did not help him. A lot of dew, wasn't able to grip the ball. Yes, he's a wrist spinner, but you still need to be able to grip and put some revs on the ball. He was struggling to do that. He was bowling at different lengths, and today comes back. He's been handed over dry conditions by the Sultans after winning the toss, given the ball. He used it very first up. Got rid of the dangerous Suhail Warich.
Huge wicket for the Stars. I feel like they're definitely thinking they're back in the game now with his wicket.
yeah, Rahul will have to step up big time right now. Sultans need at least 25-30 runs from Rahul today. He's a phenomenal player. He plays in Carolina Cricket League, and I've seen him score some massive runs, and he plays very aggressive, so he's the ideal for 10-over cricket as well.
Yeah, and a quick question. The new batsman in is Sandeep Karwa. Given that it's a 10-over game, just 60 balls for the team to face. We were talking so much about Haris Rizvi, another left-hander as well. Do you think you would have loved to see him come in ahead of these guys right now? I know they've had a standard batting order thus far in the tournament, Sultans.
100%. I 100% think Haris Rizvi should be batting right now. We see Danish coming in, a leg spinner, short leg side boundary for him, 5 balls to go. And then on top of that, you see, that one spins big. But as I was saying, Danish Khan is having the ball come into him and a short leg side boundary to Haris Rizvi. You know, he's going to go for it from the get-go. So that puts a lot of pressure on Danish early on. And that just sets the tone for the rest of the batters coming in for the Sultans.
Yeah, and as much as we all would have loved to see Haris, I believe Sandeep Karwa has had a good tournament so far for Sultans. He's been scoring some runs, so I believe they have tried to maybe save Haris for the last 5 overs. But like I said, 10 overs, you cannot take your foot off the gas pedal, and I believe they may have done that, and this may cause them the match.
Yeah, Sultans slowing down a little bit. They're off to a bit of a flyer, but now Danish has brought them back into the game with this over. Poor fielding effort on that occasion.
Looks like it's the experienced Siraj Khan. So another quick question, gentlemen. Sultan scored 135. They know that they can score as many as 130, 140 on this pitch. It's the same pitch that was used yesterday. Suhail Warich is back in the pavilion. Do you think they'll be looking at such a big score even tonight, given that the Stars have a huge batting lineup, some really big hitters? What do you think is a good score they'll aim at this point?
I think they're going to need it, but I do want to say that Sultans have a very strong bowling lineup. I think they're underrated in terms of their bowling. I think looking at 100 runs would be a good target for the Sultans, especially with the loss of Suhail Warich so early. But like you said, there's a lot of batting still to come for the Sultans, so targeting that 100-run mark would be ideal for them.
Yeah, I believe 100 is very, very optimistic score at this point, because they have good batting, but I believe if you look at the tournament scores, it's been around 80, 90.
Danish there. Bowled the first 3 balls like Danish Canaria and the last one like Danish Khan. Drifted down the leg side, easy put away for the batsman. Swiping it for a boundary.
Today I feel like I'm the commentator's curse. Whatever I'm predicting, the opposite is happening, so I'll just keep trying.
At the end of that 4th over, the first one after power play, the Sultans are 30 for the loss of Suhail Warich's wicket.
And we see Nilesh handing the ball to the crowd and fan favorite of Triangle Cricket League, Kirk Thompson, coming in. The big man himself.
The man, the myth, the legend. Kirk Thompson.
Kirk Thompson, yeah, marking his run up. He's been a revelation, as we've mentioned a lot of times on this stream before. We all know Kirk Thompson, the batsman, but of late the Triangle Cricket League has found out about Kirk Thompson, the big fast bowler. As we see the young wicketkeeper Sahar standing so far back.
Oh, he's just gone and put the helmets off.
So I was watching yesterday's match on YouTube today, and I must tell you that Kirk, he's one of the commentators' favorite. He's also spectators' favorite, but he has a cult-like following in this area, it seems like.
Kirk is nothing short of a fan favorite, commentator's favorite, league favorite. And everybody in the area follows Kirk Thompson.
A lot of local restaurants love him too.
Oh, banged in straight away. Kirk Thompson looking for a run out.
Oh, wow.
Did not throw the ball.
And personally, I'm happy that he was not the favorite of any of the owners in the auctions.
but Kirk Thompson, like I've said before, you know, he came into this tournament expecting to hit some big sixes, and I think the Stars are using him for his bowling now more than his batting.
Yeah, Kirk had a good outing with the bat as well. He has been hitting some massive sixes, and yesterday I was fielding and he was hitting the ball so hard, and I'm glad there was dew because the ball speed would sort of lessen with that.
Oh, another short one. Another good delivery from Kirk. We see that West Indian instinct coming out of him there, hitting the pitch hard, trying to hit the batsman's head. Excellent delivery from Kirk. This is good T10 short format bowling from Kirk. Yeah, he's got a good stock delivery, and he likes to hit his Yorker as well. Wouldn't be surprised to see that come out anytime soon.
I hope he continues to bowl into the batsman, not give him any width. Any width, I'm sure, will be put away. Yes, there is a point in a short third man. As I was just saying, that is giving him a little bit of a width. The batsman mistiming it, goes to Siraj Khan.
And this is where I believe Harish Rizvi would have been very, very dangerous. He loves the ball, short, and he loves to pull and square cut. And I believe Sultan may have missed a trick right here.
That's a huge trick, and in games like this, it can cost you your whole season. The season was quite short, but at the end of the day, you're still playing for a championship, regardless of however long the season was. And yeah, 100% agrees. Harish Rizvi being on this occasion against Kirk Thompson would have been a matchup we would have all loved to see. Kirk Thompson with what a celebration! Kirk Thompson lining up the stumps here at Treasury Park.
Pitching that one further up than the previous deliveries. The batsman going on the back foot, expecting a short one, not to be there.
That's the experience there from Kirk Thompson. He's banged in the last three deliveries. Pitches this one up full and straight, and that's a huge wicket for Kirk Thompson and the Stars.
And our commentators were comparing him with O'Shane Thompson.
Sean Thomas yesterday.
Yes, yesterday, and today I would say Kirk is bowling like him. So
100%.
Kudos to him. And I hope Nilesh gives him bowling in Cheetahs versus Lions final on Sunday at 12 at CF1.
Huge wicket for the Stars, but doesn't get any easier as KP walks to the crease. Another guy from CCL, and he's done a lot of damage over there, is what I've heard.
Another wonderful player, nevertheless, but another right-hander. I'm quite surprised here. I was definitely hoping that the Sultans were displaying Harish Rizvi. It's not the case. It's another right-handed batsman. He's a wonderful batsman.
Could it be a case of Harish Rizvi running from Kirk Thompson?
I don't think so. I don't think Harish Rizvi can run from anybody. He only deals with boundaries.
Here we go. Kirk Thompson, first ball. I'm predicting this one's coming straight at his head. Oh, bangs that one in again. Quick single. Good running, Kirk Thompson. As usual, calm and composed, letting the fielder know it's all right. That's the Caribbean way. Kirk Thompson, he's having a day out with the ball so far. First 5 balls have only gone for 2 runs, and he's removed a huge part of the Sultans' batting lineup.
And if I'm Sultan's captain, I see Jaskar Malhotra, Siraj Khan, and Sameer Lodhi, and
Munna Hussain.
Yeah, Munna Hussain. I would go all out. I would say, this is do or die game. I would not have Haris Rizvi patrolling the sidelines. I would have him in the dugout, ready to come and ready to start hitting boundaries. And as I said that,
Oh, they're pushing for two. Great running. That's poor. That's a poor effort there on the boundary. I would like to cut that down to one.
I have to take you guys back to a league game that we were debating the Sultans batting lineup with, because there was a game, I think it was against the Samp Army, where they held Suhail and Haris Rizvi for too long. So the Sultans have had their issues with making the right choices with the batting order. Today is not the right day. Yesterday they got away with it a little bit because Suhail Water just occupied one end and played right through. He was not out. He carried his bat. But today, when losing wickets, I think they missed out a trick or two.
As we see Danish coming in again, another opportunity for us. We should be looking, lining up that short leg side boundary. So there's just 6 more balls we're missing out for Haris Rizvi. So Sultan's 100% missing a trick here, but nevertheless, they've got 2 really good batsmen on the wicket here. So I'm sure they'll be looking to take the attack to Danish.
So after 5 overs, Sultan are 34 for 2. I believe they're almost 10-15 runs behind at this point, and they need to get at least 90 to be competitive.
Oh, that one's spinning away. Huge spin there. KP trying to hit it to cow corner, mid-wicket region, missing it completely.
I think it's a poor option to take from KP there. He's got a huge boundary to clear on this side, and he's got a shorter cover boundary on that side. Just hitting with the spin would have been the much better option on that occasion.
Oh, staying at the crease and letting the ball come to him, driving it to long on. Oh, Kirk Thompson misfielding. Luckily, the batsman did not come back for a second. I do believe that the second run was on. It would have been a tight one, but it was on. So I'm just expecting the batsmen to start using their feet and try to hit over the top. They need a lot of runs. Yes, 90, 95 plus, like Faraz Rafi was saying, is an absolute need.
Well bowled again from Danish, giving it asking him to hit into the big leg side boundary.
This needs to be like July the 4th furniture sale. Everything must go. And right now, we're not selling any furniture.
Nothing is going right now.
Yeah, a little bit of furniture was disturbed behind the wicket though, but no damage done. Going back on the back foot and cutting that one. There's protection out there. It's just 1 run. The Stars will be absolutely delighted that they haven't given away a boundary in the last 3 or 4 overs, if I remember.
Yeah, I'm sure in the dugout they do realize they only have 26 more balls to go.
Oh, what a delivery from Danish. He's got that one to pitch on leg stump and beat the outside off, beat the off stump, beat the outside edge as well, and nearly clipped the top of off.
Almost at the end of the 6th over, the Sultans are only at 36. That's a runner ball. And in the T10 on a pitch where they scored 140, a runner ball is a very, very timid performance thus far.
I believe Danish is locking in that man of the match award and the cash prize for it, as he got the big wicket of Sohail, and don't you get $25 for it?
And the end of the 6th over, and the score reads 37 for 2 for the Sultans. The Stars on top right now.
I would say it's a great start for a T20, perhaps, but for 10 overs, they're not getting it right. I mean, I'm very surprised to see. I mean, this is a semi-final match. They have played almost 5 or 6 games already, and they don't have that impetus to, score quick runs.
And the fan favorite returns to the same bowling end again, Kirk Thompson. Interesting decision here from Nilesh to finish off Kirk's overs. So I'm assuming he's saving himself to bowl at the depth along with Kiran.
How often do you see a bowler bowling his full quota of overs in a T10 game in one spell? It's happened with Jaskaran Malhotra today, and now it's happening with Kirk Thompson. You want to change up a little bit every now and then. That's the order of the game. But Nilesh Patil very comfortable to have Kirk Thompson bowl back-to-back overs and finish his spell.
And I'm sure he is. I mean, 37 for 2 after 6 overs doesn't look like the Sultans are looking to do anything. Nilesh Patil just going about his tactics, and seems like things are going his way. So no change is needed.
And as Swetan had mentioned that maybe batting first was not the best decision, given that Stars lost yesterday, defending a pretty decent total, 92.
If anything, in my opinion, the Stars have only added a lot of weightage in their batting lineup. Not so much with the bowling lineup, not taking anything away from the abilities of Jaskaran. So that's another reason why they should have asked the Stars to put some runs on the board, whatever they would, and then try their best hand at chasing.
It would be a shame to see Harsh Rizvi not bat today for the Sultans. As Kirk runs in, bangs that one in, ball's in the air, falls in no man's land. Fielders out there looking for the batsmen, and they'll get it comfortably.
And I don't think the Stars would mind that. It was not a boundary, so it was all well and done. They do not have a protection. They do not have a person manning that cow corner area, but KP was not strong enough to put that one out of the boundary. So it's just 2 runs taken. No big damage.
It's been interesting to see how batsmen have tried to tackle Kirk Thompson. You know, ever since he's took the ball in his hands, it's been a lot of the same stuff. You know, it's either short or it's either up at the batsman's foot. There we go. So that we attempted Yorker on that occasion. So, is that a run out? Umpire says no. But like I was saying, Kirk Thompson's been pretty predictable in terms of his bowling.
Siraj Khan there preferring accuracy over time. Taking his own sweet time to be accurate. I think he should have just tried to hit the stumps directly and get the wicket instead of just trying to be accurate.
This was a lot closer than the umpire thinks, I would say. If we had a third umpire review, this would have been one of the close ones. But
another short one. Ball's in the air, fielder out there. What an effort! Oh, he puts it down and it goes for 4.
So
That's Kieran Sarvana Kamal on that occasion.
cricket is a funny sport right now. All of us in the commentary box, the spectators, they have counted Sultans out of this match. However, if one of these players just take offs, just start launching 6s and 4s, Sultan can still win it. I'm a big believer in cricket and how cricket is unpredictable. A lot of teams predicted Stars to win after they scored 92, and yet they were not able to close the deal. So crazier things have happened before. So I believe Sultan can score 90 even now.
Oh, well bowled from Kirk there, going full and straight on that occasion, just missing the off stump.
And I can tell you one thing, sitting here at the comm box, I'm able to predict every delivery that Kirk Thompson is dishing out. I was going to predict that the last one is going to be a short one and this one's going to be a full. He's just doing that on alternate deliveries for the last few deliveries. So the batsman, I'm sure, is able to pick him.
So, Swethan Uncle, what do you predict for this delivery?
Exactly that one. Back
Just
of
under
leg.
it. Oh, doesn't go for it. Pulls out of the catch.
Jaskaran has a big tour coming up for the USA, so he's making sure he doesn't injure himself. However, I would say with Kirk, he's a good bowler. I believe he's lacking that variation. Like, he would not bowl. He doesn't have a slow ball.
Yeah, that's what I was saying a bit earlier. You know, it's either been in the middle of the wicket or right in the batsman's foot. And a more experienced player would have easily been able to take Kirk on throughout this tournament. But you know, his raw pace and his aggression and his will to do well, I think that served him quite well over the course of this tournament.
And in our commentary box, we do have Abhiram Boliseti, who specializes in variation. He bowls the slow ball. He has in-swing and out-swing. So maybe, Abhiram, you can talk to Kirk after this innings and just give him some pointers.
Just before we go on, the score reads 44 for 2 after 7 overs.
Well, only if Kirk wants to continue to be and become a bowler.
No, Kirk did mention to me before, a long time ago when he first came here, that he was a fast bowler.
And
he did also tell me before he put on all that weight, he was quite quick.
And I want to be there when you tell him, hey, Kirk, I want to coach you some bowling tips, and just want to see his response.
I know for a fact that Kirk was trying to shed some weight, and he probably took up to bowling to put some miles on and lose some weight.
It's been a drastic change in his mindset, ever since the minor league has started. He's really embraced that challenge of, losing that weight and getting back into shape. And I think we're starting to see the results slowly, Before the minor league started, he was in horrendous form, to be honest. And now we're seeing the T10. He's lost a bit of weight, and he's come back very strong with these last few games, put in match-winning performances for the Stars.
I believe Kirk still has 30 more pounds to catch up to Cornwall. So, Cornwall has been in good form. So I believe, maybe weight is not the limiting factor here.
So I just want to change that and say shape is temporary, ability is permanent.
Was this the match that, no, it didn't go for 4, but...
No ball signal there for the umpire. Free hit on this occasion, and KP will be looking to line this one out. Could this be the delivery that gets things going for the Sultans?
So the dew is kicking in as the ball is maybe slipping out of the hand, the bowler. And Pankaj do bowl with a lot of intensity and pace. I played him yesterday, and he was bringing the ball in, and he was somewhat faster than even Kirk.
Yeah, Pankaj was brilliant yesterday. He almost turned the game on its head when he removed that first wicket. But, you and Kunal showed your class and just took the game away from the Stars. Free hit on this occasion. Swings, it's an off the outside edge. Straight to the fielder in the deep.
Luckily again for Stars, no big run scored off that free hit. The score is still 47 for the loss of 2 wickets. Just one delivery bowled off that 8th over. Oh, 8th over. We just have another 17 deliveries to be bowled in this innings.
So one thing Haris Rizvi would not be doing is fielding, but I expected him to at least have...
Oh, what a delivery there from Pankaj, full and straight. Takes the middle peg out the ground.
Adding more lights to the ground there, Pankaj with his Yorker, lighting up those brilliant zingers. The 3rd wicket down. Can we or will we see Haris Rizvi?
And we sure are looking at Haris. It's tough to miss him on the ground with his...
Everybody in the comm box is hoping it's Haris Rizvi.
So the way one of our commentators, that is Faraz, has cursed everyone else. I put a lot of money on Haris, and I might be filing for bankruptcy later tonight.
So quick question, Abhiram, we were talking about your bowling. Are there any variations that you're working on? I'm sure minor league has told you that you got to develop a few more aspects of your bowling. We'll talk about your batting some other time, but right now, because Faraz was talking to you about your bowling, we'll stick to that topic. Are you working on some variations?
I think it's more about being consistent in T20 cricket. Speaking with a lot of the guys that are playing at a higher level, more than the variations, it's about keeping it on that 4th stump, off stump line, hitting the pitch hard, hitting that short of length, and just being as consistent as possible. Yes, the variations will come. That's part of cricket, but the majority of your deliveries in your 4-over spell are coming from your stock ball.
I can tell you one thing from having played that game against your team, you were not looking at any variations. You were just bowling one length, but that length was deadly. Full and straight, and the ball was swinging. You made use of those, and walk us through those 4 wickets that you took, including the 5th one of a no ball.
Yeah, it was just one of those days where everything came off. Pankaj. Oh, Faraz Rafi once again with another wrong prediction. He's gone 0 for 4 tonight. Haris Rizvi bowled first ball.
Oh, things are getting from bad to worse for the Sultans. Firstly, a wrong, in our opinion, choice of batting order. And Haris Rizvi, with only 16 deliveries to go in the innings, comes in and goes as quickly as he came in.
Oh, Faraz Rafi.
Rather slowly.
Faraz has struggled tonight with his predictions. He's gone 0 for 4.
So my commentary career will probably finish by end of tonight. It's been
hopefully by the end of the 1st innings.
So that was a massive wicket, I must add, and it's gonna take a monumental effort for Sultan to come back from here.
and not trying to be very harsh on the Sultans. I do believe that they got into this second qualifier by one man's performance last night. In a way or other, they were lucky to get here. I think as a team, Samp Army looked a little better, but they had an off day yesterday, and the way they have made their choices and performed at until this point.
No, but I think yes, team cricket is important, but the shorter the format gets, we see in T20 cricket a game can change in 2 or 3 balls, and it's going to get even shorter in T10, right? It's just a matter of 1 over or maybe even like 1 ball. Teams can be chasing 100 runs and they're 60 in the 8th over or the 7th over. They need 40 off 3 still. They're still in the game, regardless of how poorly they've played the first 7 overs.
Absolutely. In such a short format, I think, irrespective of what total you put up, if you can manage to bring the chasing team to something like a runner ball in the last over, even with 7-8 wickets in hand, anything can happen. We've seen that. We've seen that at the highest level, like IPL. We saw a game where one of the teams was like 4 runs off 1 over with 7 wickets in hand and still losing it. So it's the pressure that can.
It's not just IPL. It's any cricket. Just like you were saying, it's
If Sultan can somehow scramble and get 70 runs on the board, and if they get Jaskaran and Siraj out, it's anybody's game.
The finger goes up
another
there.
one for Pankaj. Pankaj is lighting it up. He had a rough start to his bowling spell, but he's got 3 wickets in his first over.
I would love to see that again. The batsman was on the walk there. KP was on the front foot trying to walk into the shot, and from side on it looked like it was a little higher. Maybe I'm being very harsh with the umpire.
Looked like it was going down leg in my opinion. That looks like a poor decision to me.
So I had already declared Danish Khan as a man of the match, so the cash prize that he had put in his pocket, I think Pankaj went in and stole that money from him.
So Faraz Rafi adds to his number of false takes tonight, and he goes 0-5 now.
So do you think Pankaj will get to bowl another over?
I think he will. No doubt he will. No chance he doesn't bowl another over. He's just taken 3 wickets in his first over. It'd be a crime not to give him another one.
We got to wait and see if there's an opportunity for a replay for us to see if that ball was actually hitting the stumps. But I can tell you that the batsman was walking into the shot. It was on the front foot and looked a little high from side on. But it's only our perspective. The man in the middle knows it better.
And we see Pankaj running in with another delivery. You think he's going to go for 4?
Maybe 5.
He's got 1 left in this over. Max he gets in this over is 4. That'd be a TCL record, wouldn't it, for T10? 4 in an over.
How many did you get in that over?
Got 2. I got 2 and 2. I think Kaja got 4 the exact same day, just in the later game.
The angling down the leg side, no protection at fine leg, might run down for a boundary. The batsman was able to put some bat on it and gets a much needed boundary for the Sultans there.
And the score after 8 over reads 53 for 5 for the Sultans. They really need to get going here. They're going to be in a lot of trouble once the second inning starts.
So Rajesh Uppalapati, the new batsman with loads of experience, he waited for that one to drift in and just used the pace. He just had to get a little bit of bat, and so did he. So 2 overs left in this innings. Kiran Saravana Kumar seems to be the choice of bowling. So the young Anirudh Boliseti looks like might not be used, and that is with the assumption that Pankaj will bowl himself out and will bowl the last over of the innings.
Here we see Kiran coming in. Surprising not to see Nilesh bowl this over. He's already given himself an over before this. He bowled in the power play. I think with the left arm angle as well. And he has a mean Yorker, does Nilesh?
I'm personally not a big, supporter of a new bowler coming into bowl the last couple of overs. It's probably okay until the 8th over. But the last couple of overs, the batsman's just going to go one way, and if the bowler starts missing it, especially gets hit for a boundary or a six in the first couple of deliveries, it could end up being a long over in the shorter format. As Kiran runs in and bowls a beautiful length and beats the batsman.
Just gone over the middle stump there. So Kiran, I think going back to your point, yeah, ideally you wouldn't like to see a new bowler coming in the last part of the game, but we talked about it before, and I think we had mapped out Kiran to be bowling in the death anyway, assuming that it was just Danish, Jaskaran, Kirk Thompson, Nilesh, and Kiran to be the 5 bowlers. Pankaj obviously being the surprise package today, taking 3 wickets in his first over, which is just going to limit that. He's from the 6th option. He's now become their primary option.
Yeah, and also not forget Anirudh Bolisetti, the brother. He could have been used, especially after losing a couple of wickets. Kirk Thompson there, missing to...
Sloppy work from Kirk Thompson. The captain not happy with that effort. Nilesh Patel throws his arms up in anger.
I do believe that Kirk Thompson was upset with the fact that he conceded the second run, and his being upset cost another one.
Classic Kirk.
And now we know why he's crowd's favorite.
Not just crowd's favorite, he's my favorite too. I come to these games to watch cricketers like Kirk. Constant entertainment, whether good or bad for us.
And going to be a part of his team in a little bit.
No, me and Kirk have a very close relationship. You know, I like to pull his leg a lot, but that was sloppy work from him nonetheless. And Kiran running in here again. Bangs it in, good delivery that time. Hits that ball down the long off. They're pushing for 2.
Another misfield there.
Anirudh Bolisetti on that occasion. Stars starting to lose their composure here.
I don't think so. I mean, yes, they've misfielded and given away a few extra runs. Some indisciplined performance on the field, but the big boundaries are not coming. So I do believe that the Stars have got this under control.
Yeah, I'm sure if you told Nilesh at the toss that Sultans would be 58 for 5 at 8.3, he would gladly take that.
A little bit of pace there. One more time. Bangs it in. Kirk Thompson in pursuit. Oh, is there a chance of a run out?
Direct hit. Excellent fielding by Kiran Sarvanakumar.
Off his own bowling.
Amazing stuff. That's top level cricket. That's the minor league experience coming in handy there for Kiran. Great stuff. Bowls the ball, runs out to deep mid wicket, picks up, aiming at one stump, and gets a direct hit.
Kiran Sarvanakumar there not trusting his fielders after the last 2 deliveries where extra runs were conceded.
On that occasion, we saw Kirk Thompson running in. Ideally, it would have been Kirk the one to pick it up, running in, but Kiran says no, back off, it's mine. Turns around, aims at one stump, and it's a direct hit. Excellent work, and the Stars reduced the Sultans to 59 for 6. Sultans in a lot of trouble.
Rajesh Uppalapatti, as he should have been, was very aggressive in running between the wickets. And at this stage of the innings, it could either result in extra runs if the fielders misfield, or result in runouts if they are accurate. And Kiran Sarvanakumar running into bowl his 5th delivery. Beats the batsman for a little bit of pace.
And brilliant work, Sahar Shwethan. Once again, we saw something quite similar to this a couple games ago, and we see it again today. Great piece of work, taken off the glove in short time. Again, 3 stumps to aim at, and Stars fielding coming through once again. So first ball ducked there.
That was good work under pressure. He does practice this quite a lot, I can tell you. Underarming towards the stump with and without the gloves. And it's coming in handy. 7 down.
Proud dad.
Proud father in the commentary booth here.
Beautiful work.
That's another dot ball, more importantly.
I was about to say that his body language was a little too weak today. This is the 3rd day he's playing in succession. High pressure games, all of them. and this will definitely wake him up. He's somebody who wants to contribute in some way or the other. A beautiful over dished out by Kiran Sarvanakumar. No boundaries conceded in the penultimate over means that the bowling side is all over the batting team. The score is 59 for the loss of 7 wickets. The Sultans, the last over to be bowled.
If we don't get more than 20 runs in this over, I would not be so surprised to see Stars chase us down with a couple overs to spare.
It all also really depends on the start Jaskaran gets. I'm sure he will be opening the batting as he does in most of his games in the shorter format.
59 for 7. Not just Jaskaran Malhotra. Everybody keeps on forgetting, and I know I'm repeating his name, but Kirk Thompson, last 2 games, he's come out and blazed 40 runs off 20, 30 balls. And we're expecting more of the same today. You know, having those 2 guys at the top of the order is going to be a really destructive combination.
I don't think Kirk Thompson was the first choice opener for Stars at the beginning of the tournament. We did see Jaskaran come out with Munna Hussain, but after having played the way he has played in the last 2 or 3 games, and also being a left-hander, I think the Stars might, like you say, send Kirk with Jaskaran.
100%. And we see Pankaj, as he deserves to be bowling this last over.
And if he does bowl one, like the last over, the Sultans might be bowled out. A full-length delivery, little bit of a misfeel. Siraj Khan holding his hands in pain, conceding a single.
Pankaj running in again here. 5 deliveries to go. They've really got to get a move on. Oh, what a shot! But straight to the fielder at sweeper cover. They'll be pushing 2. Oh, not a great throw on the full. Not really giving Sarge a chance there to take the stumps to break the stumps there.
Oh, was that Kiran?
I think it was.
Oh, not such a great performance there. He must be knowing that the batsman will push for 2s and 3s every time the ball goes in the outfield.
Or he might be looking for another direct hit.
It was nowhere close to direct. It was about 10-15 yards away from the stumps.
Oh, lovely shot, but straight to the fielder.
Oh, this time
simple catch there, Kiran, on the boundary, and Pankaj has 4. He has 4. Let's not forget, he's in the hunt. Can he be the first one to take 5 in a T10?
Maybe even 6. As I said, he took 3 in the first over. There are a couple more wickets, and don't want to call them, but they are tail-enders. The last couple of wickets, so Pankaj
and they say that as we see Abhinav Salasa walking in.
Yes.
Abhinav has been developing his batting. We have one of his teammates, Shravan Sokar, here with us today. It's a guest speaker in the commentary booth. Shravan, you've seen Abhinav develop quite a bit over the past few months. Let's just talk a little bit about his batting.
Yeah, no, thank you. You all doing a great job over here. Yeah, I was just at training before the game with Abhinav. He's been looking good. He's been working very hard on the batting, and let's see if we can get some results out today. It'll be good to see.
I'm sure he's primed for his final this weekend. I know he put up 50 odd for the NC State team in Division 1. I'm sure he's primed for the final with both bat and ball. Shravan, tell us a little bit about what you're expecting this weekend.
Yeah, right after this ball, I got you. Yeah. This weekend, I mean, it's going to be packed full. I mean, it's going to be finals, I think, both days. T20 on Sunday. 3 games, 3 big games, and then obviously PL Division 1 and 2. You know, you're going to be part of the Division 2 finals against me and Abhinav. So that's going to be a very interesting game. I feel like all the teams are very even this time. There's no one team that looks better than the other. So it's whoever plays good cricket on the day. I think they deserve to win. And so all in all, it's been a great performance. It's been a great season for all the teams because some of the teams that you don't expect to see at the top are performing some top-level cricket. So as we see there, Abhinav quick running. He's eager to get that strike.
Abhinav scampering through on that occasion. 1 ball left here. Pankaj, can he take 5? 1 ball left. Abhinav, all you got to do is survive it, but I'm sure he's just going to be swinging for the hills here. It'd be nice to see Pankaj take 5.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at the way Abhinav is, he reminds me a lot of Jason Holder. Reminds me a lot of Jason Holder. You know, a tall lad. He can bat. He can bowl some good, gentle medium pace. As we see, first ball, and that's right through with Punkers. Oh, that's beautiful work as they appeal.
Not out. Once again, Stars picks the stump out of the ground. Presence of mind from the youngster. And another run added to his tally. The Stars have a fine and Stars waiting behind the stumps this tournament. And Abhinav just missed out. Punkers just missing the leg stump on that occasion. Could have been 5, but not meant to be today. And the Sultans finish on 64 for 8. Or 64 for 9, sorry. After the conclusion of 10 overs.
That's the end of that first innings where the Sultans made 64 for the loss of 9 wickets. A quick look at the batting cards for the Sultans. Rahul 12 of 15, Suhail Warich 13 of 7, and nobody else contributing anything big on that lineup, meaning the Sultans have 64 to defend when they come against this star-studded batting lineup of the Stars.
And look at that bowling scorecard there. Other than Jaskar and Malhotra, everybody under 6. Everybody under 6 runs and over. This is brilliant stuff from the Stars, limiting them to 64 in a playoff game. And the score reads 64 for 9. We will be back after this innings break.
averaged 13 of 7, and nobody else contributing anything big.
Turn up your headlight quickly, sir.
And welcome back to the chase here. As the Stars getting off to a good start, Jessica Molotra putting that one away short and wide, able to cut that over backwards point. And joining me for the second innings is Shravan Silikari. Oh, well bowled Shashank on that occasion. Nice and tidy, short of length, hitting that off stump, fourth stump line.
Check, check. Hello there, everyone. It's been a good night so far for the Stars.
Yeah, just going back to an interesting point there, you know, like the level of cricket that Jessica has been playing at, and then you see a league bowler like Shashank. A good ball is still a good ball, regardless of who's batting or who's bowling. It's interesting to see, you know, you guys when we see all these guys playing on TV, we think maybe our bowling is not up to the level, but we see on this occasion again, a good ball is a good ball to regardless of who's batting and who's bowling.
Yeah, I think you make a great point there because, I mean, as we see several of these great commentators / great ex-cricketers, such as Michael Holding, they be talking. They said a good ball just has to be respected. It could be anybody bowling it. A good ball is a good ball. You put it in the right areas. You bowl it on the stump, moving. If a batsman can't play it, he can't play it. It doesn't matter what level of cricket you play. If it's a hard ball, it's a hard ball. And I think that's the beauty of playing against players of Jess Kern's level, and like for someone like Shashank, whose majority cricket has been played in this league, he gets experience and really test his levels against a guy of his caliber, you know?
Yeah, and I'm sure it'll be a huge confidence booster ahead of Saturday's final for him. As he runs into Kirk on this occasion, another good delivery, short of length, hitting the bat hard, but Kirk just pushes that one away to mid-off for a quick single. But like I was saying, bowlers like this, bowlers who are playing in the league, they get to test themselves against these types of players of high caliber. And you know, when they do well, I'm sure it gives them a load of confidence and belief that cricket is really not complicated when they put their mind to it.
Yeah, 100%. And I honestly can relate to that personally, because me playing against several guys of your caliber of cricket, you know, under 19 level.
Beats the outside edge. That's how. Beats the inside edge on that occasion. Sorry. Sorry about that.
That's all good. That was a great ball there. And so I was just saying, like, even me personally, having not played too much of high-level cricket and bowling against guys like you or Rohan Phadke or Adi Gupta or even batting against you guys really helps me up my game, and I'm sure several of the other guys in the league can relate to that. And kudos to you guys for doing good. As we see an end of a great over by Shashank there. Just giving 6 runs to 2 first-class level players there and 1 international, sorry.
Yeah, that's the start that the Sultans would have wanted, you know, maybe a wicket to add on to it, but 6 for 0 after 1 over for the Sultans, I'm sure.
Yeah, just going back to what Faraz was saying earlier in the first innings, he was saying the cricket is a funny game. It's just whoever plays good on that day, and 64 might just be enough today. You never know. The wicket has been settled. It's the second day on the same pitch, maybe 2-3 games played on it already. So you would think that batting should be easier as the pitch settles, but Church Street's been a tricky one, you know.
Kirk Thompson overcovers.
Beautiful.
Trademark Kirk. Oh, that's 4 more. Kirk once again in his area, just lofting that one over the mid-off region.
I think
Kirk just confirmed with the pitch curator. It's been about almost 2 to 3 weeks on this wicket. It's held up quite nicely. And yeah, Shravan, just like you said, it's been quite nice to bat in the night. But these bowlers, you know, if they keep their lines tidy like we saw in the last over, things could get very difficult for the Stars here.
Yeah, I think they need to be careful. Like maybe not put Kirk on a shadow over here, because he has been batting really well on this wicket, and Jaskaran hasn't been playing on this wicket as much in the last couple of weeks. So they need to be aware of Kirk as well. Maybe not just look away from him and still try to get that good ball in, because Kirk has the ability to hit the big shots.
100%, and I made the point earlier as well. So Kirk steps up again.
Oh,
Plays it covers.
And this
is a veteran up the boundary here. Well stopped.
Well stopped by Rajesh Bopati.
As long as he has his Coca-Cola, no ball's getting past him, huh?
Yeah,
we've seen it for years now. The trademark Coca-Cola in Rajesh Bopati's hands.
Yeah, proud sponsor, Coca-Cola for Rajesh Bopati, personal sponsor.
It's a good field change there by Karthik. You know, having his deep coverage out, he wants to bowl that line, that's fine, but he knows that Kirk is going to take him on, and he's kept the fielder out. Smart bowling there from the experienced Karthik Palakuri.
Yeah, I mean,
another finalist of the Triangle Premier League on Saturday.
We got to remember, some of these guys have previously played some decent level cricket back home where they came from. And in terms of Karthik, I'm talking back home in India, and Kirk back home in Barbados. Like, these guys have played almost first class, if not first class cricket.
Oh, excellent delivery. A lot of
beautiful comeback there. Beautiful comeback. And Karthik is a very good bowler with a lot of variations. So we've seen him time and time again be on top of that wicket taking list, and that's only because of his bowling. He's been bowling good, he's consistent, and he's quick.
Not just his variations, his experience. A lot of it has to do with the passion that he plays with. Karthik Palakuri, it's a teammate of mine. This guy plays with a lot of passion. He wears his heart on his sleeve when he bowls, and I'm sure he's just looking to take another wicket today. Yeah, taking one of these openers out, I think, is going to be the key. If they can get one of them early.
Oh, beautiful!
Passion and celebration.
Talking about variations, Karthik strikes right on the money there, and that is a huge wicket of Kirk Thompson.
Karthik Palakuri bringing out the old footage. Saw Kirk Thompson dismissed in a similar fashion, I think on his T10 debut. One looped up, almost about 10 feet in the air. Kirk missed the full toss and he was bowled, and now we see Karthik Palakuri again. Slower delivery, Kirk swinging way too early on that occasion. And Kirk Thompson goes for 7 off 5. The Stars in trouble early, but I'm sure that it doesn't get any easier for the Sultans as Siraj Khan walks in now.
Yeah, I mean, Stars are a stacked batting lineup today. So if Sultans want to get any chance of winning here, they're going to have to keep delivering like this over after over and no loose balls. And it is possible, as for Asbai was talking earlier, anything is possible in cricket, and this for sure is a possible victory for the Sultans. And I'm honestly over here rooting for the underdogs. I personally always like to root for the underdogs in any sport I watch. I don't know about you, but it's just something about the underdogs coming up and winning. Just like we've seen the Spartans this year. No one expected them to see them in the finals in PL.
I 100% disagree with that take, my friend Shravan. Spartans were top of the table going into the second half of the season, and they finished, what, 5th or 4th on the table? Fourth on the table, and you talk about an underdog story, and that's when I go back to the Hunters Cricket Club. You know, they were in a must-win situation, won 3 out of 3, won in a tight encounter against the Raiders last week, and the Hunters Cricket Club, that's the real underdog story, my friend. Spartans have been nothing but riding on their form from the beginning of the season, and you guys had a great win, I'm sure, the last weekend in the playoffs, but it's going to be a cracker of a game this weekend.
Yeah,
but do not ever say that the Spartans Cricket Club is a underdog story. Do not want to hear that again on this stream. I do have to go back though, throwing it way back to I think 2017 is the last time Spartans made it to playoffs.
Yeah.
On the back of a Rajesh Uppalpatti masterclass season.
100%. We've seen him time and time again carry us through, and then even this season, being picked in the T10 is no surprise because he has been in some great touch in the PL format, especially. As we see a great over, just 6 runs coming off it, I believe, come to an end.
And now it's going to be interesting to see what the Sultans come in with. Are they going to continue with Shashank? He bowled a good over, just going for 6 runs. Karthik's more the same, another 6-run over, but this time with a wicket. So Sultans are off to a good start here. They've picked up one other wicket, 12 for 1.
100%. They are in a great position here, and as I was mentioning earlier,
taking the ball in, signs of a leader.
100%. I mean, I think just get your best bowlers, get the top order gone, get the top order of the Stars, and you might be looking at a little bit of trouble on the Stars' end because they have a very strong batting lineup, but because of that, their middle order is not as exposed. So exposing that middle order maybe in a pressure game might be the move. And the Sultans don't underestimate the bowling lineup because they do have the likes of Abhinav Salasa, the likes of Karthik, and as we've seen Shashank here. So I think as going back, this could be anybody's game. This is closer than we think. As we see Jaskaran coming down there, beats the fielder, but should just be a single. Running back Siraj there.
Siraj, chance of a run. It's a fumble. No chance there. But that's good field placement from Shashank. He knows that Jaskaran wants to go down the wicket, and he has long gone out.
I think that was the areas
he wants to hit.
That was very, very poor fielding there.
As we see more requests to talk about the Division 2 finals this weekend.
I think it's
going to be a great turnout this weekend. Again, Shashank running in. Another good shot from Jaskaran straight down the long line. Well cut off by mid-wicket there, actually.
Yeah, I mean, this weekend is an action-packed weekend here in the RTP area, and I'm sure every ground is going to be packed with crowds, just people and people just watching very, very good games. All the games are going to be close contests, so if you're around the RTP area, just come out, check out the grounds on the Triangle Cricket website, and you can see it on the schedule, and definitely pull up and support your local cricket here.
Pierces the point fielders there. That's gone for 4 more.
And Abhiram, I just want to make a quick point here. A lot of people talk about Siraj Khan and his big sixes, but I just want to make a point that he rotates the strike. He doesn't play a lot of dot balls, puts away the bad balls just like that through the gap, and plays proper cricketing shots. And I think people have that misconception that if you want to succeed in tournaments in a T10 or maybe even a T20, you don't gotta play the bad shots. You can play proper cricketing shots and keep rotating the strikes, singles, and doubles, and definitely win games for your team.
100%. Siraj has been brilliant for the Stars this edition of the T10 tournament. As you see Shashank running in one more time here. He's got to get a comeback in. Oh, well bowled. Going back to his stock delivery, hitting the pitch hard. And
I think that's where Shashank would want to keep it. Just hitting the deck hard and just keep it on the wickets, maybe even coming into the batsman, but no width. If he gives Siraj Khan any kind of width, he will put it away with ease.
Shashank, he's got to finish this over out strong, and another wicket would be a great addition to the Sultan star here. Pitches that one up.
Oh, that's a misfield. That is poor fielding. That has run away to the boundary. Oh, that is poor fielding. That is.
I need to know what Siraj has been eating for breakfast. That's hit the fielder and it's still gone for 4.
That's raced away, and that's the power side of Siraj Khan. That's the strength of his batting. Even that went straight through the ground, through the hands, and still made it to the boundary at lightning speed.
And we've just got information from the most well-known person in the triangle, Babar Bhag, that Siraj Khan is in rush for, like we mentioned earlier, for the Tigers and Stars dinner party. A lot of banter, I'm sure, already going on at that party. So all the people watching that game from that party, I'm sure you're hoping Siraj can get there fast, and I'm sure he's in early as well.
Too bad we didn't get an invite there.
Yeah, all our friends from the Stars and Tigers Cricket Club.
As we see some big stars walking in here, and the likes of Mayur Chowdhury walking into the ground here. Big stars walking in around here.
Huge player. Another party invitee, and they see us in the dugout.
Very, very well dressed.
So I'm sure the party starts from tonight.
100%. And as we see at the end of the third over, 23 for 1. Not a terrible over, but the misfield going for a boundary did cost them 4 extra runs. Maybe that should have just been a dot ball. So that overall, that's a great over for the Stars. And here, as we see, is it Karthik coming back?
Looks like it is. So Sultan's bowling out there. I would say 2 best bowlers early on.
100%.
Early on in their innings.
2 of their more experienced bowlers, I would say, because they do have a very good bowling lineup. Don't forget the likes of Abhinav Salasa.
Abhinav Salasa, cannot forget that talent. And you see him coming out here to deep mid-wicket.
He is a very, very gun. He's almost a gun fielder. Reminds me of almost a Jadeja.
We're talking about the same Abhinav Salasa?
Sorry, I was talking about Karthik.
Oh, blazes that one. But again, Karthik, that's the experience once again.
Oh, they're pushing for the second one. That could be a run out.
Oh, Karthik does not throw. I don't know why. Abhinav should have been backing up on that occasion. Poor effort from him there.
Karthik's fielding just hasn't been up to the mark because he's normally a very, very good fielder, but it is a pressure game. He is bowling the pressure overs to the international batsman in the name of Jaskar Manotra.
Yeah, KP there showing his experience, having that deep cover on, sticking to his line. Again, another good delivery along that line. Just pushes that one into the offside for a quick single. And KP here, he knows what he's doing. Regardless of the batsman, he doesn't fear anyone. He's just going to stick to his line, stick to what he knows best, which is just being consistent with that outside off.
And Abhiram, I just want to ask you a quick question here. What do you think? How do you think Jaskar Manotra is going to play this game? Is he going to try to take it deep, maybe get some batting on the wicket before the big final if they do win today?
Sorry, Sherman, I'm going to have to ask you to repeat that question.
Yeah, maybe you need to start paying attention. But as I was mentioning, sorry, just a little bit of a banter between us. 2 good friends here. He's my little brother. But as I was mentioning, how do you think Jaskar Manotra is going to lead this innings through? Because him and Siraj Khan, 2 very experienced players, and he is an international star. So do you think he's just going to try to maybe fire in, or maybe just take it deep, just to read the wicket well? If they win, maybe he wants to know how the wicket's playing for the final?
I think there's not much left for him to do. 39 off 39. Like we know cricket's a funny game, but if he stays to the wicket for another...
As we see, Siraj goes for a big shot, and he's put down
and drops the catch. Unfortunate there on the back. Rajesh there on the boundary, dropping that one.
See a lot of the teammates upset with that drop because that was the drop of the Siraj Khan.
That have been the game, and we have another finalist in the dugout, and Mujtaba Tariq coming in here today.
Another big star player in the Triangle area.
Triangle Cricket League, Mujtaba Tariq.
As we see Jaskar out there trying to sweep that one.
Looking for a slog sweep. KP sticking to that same line.
I think that's very good from KP because he cannot be thrown off by what the batsman's doing. He just gotta keep the ball in the money here. And just finish this over off. It's been a very good over. I think 4 runs of it so far. So if you can get away with the lean over here, I think they still have a chance, honestly. I still believe the Sultans bowling lineup could do this if they keep bowling very, very tight bowling. As we see slower ball, very smart.
Kartik Palukuri again foxing Jaskar Malhotra.
Yeah, as we see Jaskar going for the big shots. Maybe he's trying to go to that party over there too.
Back on.
Yeah, as we see the end of the 4th over here. 27 for 1. Another star player. Talking about star players, we see Sanjay Stanley here. Who came all the way to watch the semifinal T10.
A lot of big players out of the Triangle Cricket League in the area this weekend. Like we said, action-packed weekend. We have got the T10 finals tomorrow on Friday, October the 22nd. Then we've got Division 2 and Division 1 finals on October the 23rd, Saturday. Come check us out at Central Fields.
And don't forget,
Upper. And then the big finals, the T20 finals. This is a year-long tournament that goes on every year in the Triangle Cricket League. That happening on Sunday.
And don't forget, there's also India versus Pakistan on Sunday, which is going to be another action-packed game, as we see a lot of fans here supporting both the sides. So it's going to be very, very good game to watch.
100%. A lot of cricket coming up. It's going to be a great weekend. Everybody just find a way to get some time off this weekend and enjoy whatever action-packed cricket we have.
And just a quick mention to our sponsor here, Juby.
Thank you, Juby, for all you do and supporting the Triangle Cricket League.
We appreciate you. As we see here, young Utkarsh been given responsibility to bowl to the Siraj Khan and Jaskar Malhotra. And this could be a good move by the Sultans, taking completely all the pace off the ball. And Utkarsh is a very talented young under-15 player out of the area, if not one of the best in the country, in my opinion.
100%. It's great to see that the team is trusting Utkarsh with the ball here. The Stars, unfortunately, we didn't see Anirudh Bose get a chance with the ball, but we saw Stars keep wickets. So it's great to see that these teams are starting to trust their youngsters and giving them the prime time or the spotlight in these primetime games.
I think that's the way to go. That's the way to build these youngsters. As we see, that's a massive shot.
Oh my God!
That is gone onto the road.
That is massive from Jaskar Malhotra.
That is massive.
He's pounded that one.
That's gone about 105 meters, 110 in my opinion. That's a massive
Nothing
shot.
new though for fans here at Church Street Park. We've seen this on a number of occasions before. Jaskar Malhotra with batted in and ball flying onto the road at Church Street Park.
As we see the staff running in with the balls here, I think at this point just let the umpires keep a box because the balls are going to be disappearing.
That was a huge six there from Jaskar Malhotra, the youngster. Let's see how he comes back from that one.
And I think this is a great challenge for Utkarsh too, like bowling to Jaskar Malhotra, a man of that caliber, and Utkarsh only being an under-15 cricketer. I think this is a good way. He's going to learn a lot from this. I hope there was no damages to the car on the road, because that quite literally did go land on the road.
That was huge. We're not lying when it says it lands on the road. That's probably about a
105.
105. I don't know about 105. We are playing on the farthest wicket, so I'd say about
at least 90.
85 to 95 meter six there.
Yeah, at least 90, I'd say.
So
but regardless, 6-6, as you see Utkarsh, how does he come back with the flatter delivery? That's a good comeback.
Nice delivery there from Utkarsh. Much better. Jaskar is rocking back and punching that one to short covers. But like we said, as long as Jaskar's on the wicket, it's looking like a very easy chase for Stars.
I mean, 31 or 5.3. I mean, I think Jaskar will chase this in his sleep. As we see another massive shot. This one going. Field underneath it. Oh,
6 more. know, what's probably funny is Juskern probably did not time that as well as he would like to, but he still clears the boundary with ease. That's a huge 6 again.
That's a huge shot. And as you were mentioning, we are playing in the last wicket, so maybe that boundary was a little closer. Regardless, that was a very good shot. And putting the young bowler under pressure with them only needing 25, thinking maybe even get another 6 or a 4 here. As we see, good comeback by Utkarsh. Every time he's looped the ball up, he's seen that he's hit a 6, so he comes back with the flatter one. That is smart stuff.
Who's the bowler?
As we see Utkarsh coming into Siraj Khan. Siraj walks down, and that's a good ball. That's a good ball, and 14 runs coming off the over with 2 massive 6s from Jaskar Malhotra. I think the ball should be given to the star bowler Abhinav Salasa here. I think his experience in the Yorkers will really help the team.
And does not look like Abhinav is getting the ball.
That's a surprising call. I really think Abhinav Salasha should be bowling in these situations, him being a more experienced and a very quick bowler.
100%. It would have been nice to see him bowl, get some confidence ahead of Saturday's final like we talked about numerous occasions before this. Oh, but we do see him stretching here at the mid-wicket batter. Does that mean he's bowling from the other end? We are not sure yet. I think on this side we see Suhail Warsh taking the ball. So it looks like the captain is going to take some responsibility and he wants to bring himself in and see if he can change the tide of this
I think
game.
this is also a good move because Sohail is an experienced player, so he would know where to bowl the ball. Just want to give a special shout out to Aman over here because we do miss him here in the comm box.
100%.
He is one of the best. Oh, as we see a massive shot there, doesn't make it all the way. Maybe should just be.
Oh, that's a poor fielding
That is
effort on the boundary. That is
sloppy.
sloppy.
That is a sloppy there, and that's 4 runs. You cannot be fielding like that when a man of Jaskar's caliber is on strike. Really got to tighten your fielding, and as I was mentioning earlier, maybe if the rest of the bowlers got the memo that Shashank and Karthik got, this game would have looked different for the Sultans. As we see another powerful strike, straight
Fielder there.
should be 4 runs.
Hold off either.
I think the Sultans have just put their. I think Sultans have maybe just hung up their jerseys and said good night here.
It's been a good season.
It's been a good one, eh?
Looks like they've given up.
And I don't think that's the right attitude because, in my opinion, the way I like to play cricket, I like to fight till the last ball.
And here, big shot, straight to the fielder.
Oh, this time.
A little bit better, but not much better. You just see another misfield there.
I think the fielding team could have really done a much better job here. They really given this game up here. If they can really even fight here for the next. Never mind. I don't think they have a chance. Sorry. Just looking back at the score, I got a little too excited here. As we see Siraj straight to the fielder.
Haris Rizvi, a man that we missed in action in the first innings.
And I think that's where the batting, that's where the Sultans really missed the mark with not having Hurst batting out there. The majority of the balls, him being their biggest hitter. And after losing Sohail, I really think he should have been the man batting. But regardless, what's over is over. As we see Siraj, beautiful shot.
Delivery down the right side.
And that's 4 runs. As we see now Siraj and Jaskaran taking charge. They want to get to that party.
So these last 2 overs have been quite costly. Stars, they're making a mockery out of this run chase. They're just having an open net at this point.
And Abraham, I don't blame the batsman because the fielding has been nothing less than average, if not poor today by the
100%.
Sultans.
100%. Other than the two opening bowlers in Karthik Palakuri and Shashank Atla Reddy, the Sultans have bowled poorly, they've batted poorly, and frankly deserve to lose this game.
Yeah, honestly, as we see Rajesh Tripathi chasing in Jaskaran, and that once again a fumble. I think the thing with the fielders is they can't be falling under the pressure of throwing the ball even before they pick up the ball. I think that's a mistake a lot of us do, even including me at times. I'm always worried about picking up the ball and throwing it before even picking up the ball. So I think if they can just work on that.
Yeah, I mean, it's a common mistake that we see at all levels of cricket, but we see these guys, Siraj and Jaskaran, really pushing the fielders hard, and I think that's why they just need 8 runs in the next 4 overs, and I wouldn't be surprised if it's ending this game, this over. The innings.
Yeah, honestly, as we see the wind picking up here, it's getting a little bit of chilly here in North Carolina.
Looks like it's going to be an early night here at Church Street Park.
I think one of the earliest ones we've had, to be honest.
8:30. I guess this is the first time a game has ever finished on time.
I think it's the first time the game's ever started on time, too.
Probably because there's no game before this.
Still having a little bit of fun as the game comes to an end here. But you never know. Anything is possible.
Anything can happen. It's cricket.
Anything can happen. Maybe a bowler can pick up a hat trick here.
Why not 6?
You never know. Maybe picking up a hat trick and a couple maidens. I don't want to leave the Sultans out yet because they still do have 8 runs to defend. Regardless of who's batting, I think some great bowling, as we were talking earlier. Good balls are good balls.
I wouldn't be surprised if this game finishes in the next 2 balls.
As Abhiram seems very, very affirmative with this decision of the game. But I don't like to think games are over till they're over. As we see there,
that's 4 runs, and I'm on target here, Shravan. First ball gone for 4.
Once again, I'm not sure what the bowler is doing with the fielders being on the offside. No one being at that square leg, fine leg region. And him going down the pads to a man of Jaskaran's caliber. I think that's just poor stuff.
It seems like more of a lack of experience on that occasion.
100%.
And just got 4 more to win, and we see Jaskaran doing his trademark, standing outside off stump.
As we see.
Where does the bowler go now?
As he hits a straight back, should be just single.
Refuses it. Refuses a single. Looks like he wants this.
He wants to score the big one. He's only on 36, not even close to 50, so maybe he just wants to finish one for his team here. As he's not played many games. As we see here. That's a good ball.
Another good delivery. Finishing off. Trying to drag the game out here.
You said first 2 balls, and I said you never know. Maybe a hat trick here and a couple maidens. You never know. Anything is possible. Cricket is a funny sport.
Looks like a man on a mission. He's gone back to his normal stance.
As we see Vivek running in. Maybe he can get another one of those Yorkers in. Maybe even get through the bat. Oh, that's a full toss.
That's more.
That has gone
Straight onto the wall. That's the game, and Stars march into yet another final. So tomorrow we have a cracker of a game, Ultimate Emperors vs. Stars Cricket Club. Another rematch of what was the first qualifier. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in today to today's T10 live stream.
As we look at the batting card quickly here for the Stars, not many had to bat, as the brilliance of Jaskaran, 42 of 21, and Kirk just getting out a little bit early to the brilliance of Karthik and Siraj. Just a very, very intelligent 17 to finish the run chase in just 6.3 overs.
It's been a pleasure hosting you guys today, and we will see you back tomorrow at 7 o'clock. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.